Thanks for having me and giving us a couple minutes to talk this morning about Kalamazoo and what we do. Um, I'm the Partnership and Program Director there. You may have heard or may not have heard of Kalamazoo. We used to be called Kitchen for a long time. Our current Executive Director, back in 2007, quick history of where we got to where we are today. Our current executive director, Lucy Dilly, back in 2007 was approached as she was working in another organization wrapped around the local food system by someone who wanted to create or make a large portion of food for someone that they couldn't do in their own kitchen, and was looking for kitchen space where they could make that food. That started Lucy on a problem-solving journey. 18 years later, here I am talking to you. She got to work on that, got a small RV trailer that they parked at the fairgrounds for a while, and worked out of a trailer, got herself organized, started what is now Can Do and is a nonprofit. Moved a couple years. They worked out of the trailer, moved to a Baptist church, worked at the Baptist church until about 2011 when they finally cooperated with the People's Food Co-op and opened up a space into the new store over on Harrison, where they stayed until about 2016. Both Can Do grew and People's Food Co-op kind of both grew out of that space a little bit. Which we then moved to a location on Lake Street, which we stayed until 2024. In 2024, we were awarded a state MEDC grant to create a small business entrepreneurial hub, which is what we're in the process of doing right now. We have moved out of our location on Lake Street and have moved into a location at 519 South Park, right behind Walnut and Park Cafe. We're sharing half of the K-PEP building there. So we've expanded our incubator kitchen, which is something that we've always had. We got started in food. People know us for helping small food businesses get started. All the services that we've done for all these years have always been able to be used for things that were other than food. But because we got started in food, we kind of got known for working on food businesses. So we moved over to our new building in October. We've expanded our incubator kitchen space by about 5 times from what we had over on Lake Street. Lots of opportunities and abilities to really work in an efficient manner there if you're launching a food business. We have shared office spaces there. We're working on opening up and finishing fundraising for the front half of our building, which will include community space that will be rentable. We'll have a classroom space there. Some larger boardroom spaces to have meetings such as this, kitchenette, some shared office spaces that people can use. So we're continuing to grow into that new space. How do we help entrepreneurs on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis? We are continuing to add programs onto the programs that we've been doing for the last 18 years. Sheena Foster, our business program manager, has been with Lucy for 14 years of our time there, which I think for me is super valuable to not have a lot of turnover in an organization. We all know how we got to where we are today. And why we made those choices, and we're involved in some of that growth. So that's really helpful. Sheena, back to how we help out entrepreneurs on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis. We have several programs that we do. One of our flagship programs is called Can Do Camp. It's a 12-week program that will help you take your business from ideation onto launch. We go through everything from starting with a business model canvas and figuring out if you actually have a product, do you have the time and money to do it, and then working through actually launching, all the steps that go through that. We have a 12 workshop series that we're doing this year. We change those up every year based on what we hear from our entrepreneurs and what our experience is from the previous year. Our next workshop's going to be April 17th, Think Like a CEO. This idea of time management, giving yourself time to not only make the product or work on the business in this way, but look at the back end side of the business these ways. So we do 12 workshop series. Our camp series is 12 weeks long. We're working on a Can-Do Camp 2. We have a lot of feedback of people that have been through our camp and launched their business, and now they've been in business for a year or two, and they want to try to get back with us and get some more resources. So we're working on developing a Can-Do Camp 2. Some of the other things we do, we have business boost sessions. Everybody gets one free one, and then you can sign up for 5 for $200. It's $50 a session basically with a free one. You get access to our whole team. Jared Blackman is our marketing director at Can-Do. He's also has owned several businesses and sold several businesses, so he has a lot of really great experience on his own about running a business in this community and scaling that up. So during those business boost sessions, you get access to myself, our marketing director. Lucy has been involved. We have people that are asking questions about how to start nonprofits, so Lucy will jump in on a meeting. So you really get access to our whole team, depending on what exactly you want to handle during that time. So we do camp series, workshop series. We have business boost sessions. We're starting a labeling bundle program, so people that are going through our camp can get assistance with helping out with product labels if you're doing food businesses, to get a label that's compliant, to get you into sales and into retail stores. Our kitchen manager, Bianca Gomez, comes to us with a lot of experience in food business and being a nutritionist. She is running Serve Safe classes, which is something, if you're working with food, is kind of a little bit of a barrier to getting that certification. So that's also a service that we provide to help people work through that in a little bit more of a manageable way. Those are some of the things that we are working on. Any questions yet on anything?
Just a comment. I've actually, me and Leilani have actually been to the offices, and it's really cool. It's I saw the the workspace that you guys have, so I just wanted to comment on that. I saw the other wing, top to the left. Right?
Do not
it's
enter.
Kind of in progress.
Yeah,
So, I just wanted to say that I thought that was a great idea. I saw soaps and stuff like that. So a lot of maker type items.
Yeah.
Do you do anything to help entrepreneurs beyond tangible or the maker space?
So one of my backgrounds is from retail. I've worked in several retail situations and helped several retail businesses get started. I was a grocery buyer for about 10 years. So we're assisting people with taking their product and getting the product first to a farmer's market, smaller retail opportunities, and then working on systems to be able to really present that to retailers in a professional, defined way. Sell sheets, right? The information that buyers need. They're going to, appropriate markets. Everybody wants to go right up here right away. That's not necessarily doable for everybody right away or healthy for everybody right away. So yeah, helping people get into retail locations. We're working on systems to get ingredients cheaper, which, cost of ingredients for people and labor are generally for food businesses, some of the large things that you're dealing with. So we're working on trying to procure a food ordering situation so we can get bulk ingredients dropped off to our location now that we have more room and more producers in our location. I think that'll be super helpful. Trying to take one of the things that we try to do is, take the edges off of all that extra time that it takes to do these little things, run to the store, get your ingredients, ideally get them for as low as you can. A lot of entrepreneurs don't think about that time when they start thinking about the price of their product, and you have to think about all of the time that you're putting into your product, especially if you're going to scale up.
Right.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, the space over there and the ability to, cook in one hot pot and then move to another one and package and let somebody else move into that hot pot to like start cooking and then move into like their packaging. The whole space over there just it really helps, I think, workers create a system that can be efficient. Even though you're paying to rent it, I still think that there's an efficiency there with like all that space there that makes it a lot easier. I mean, some people could do cottage food law and like work out of their, kitchen if they wanted to or whatever, but I still think a lot of that space lends itself to like a lot of efficiency there. Yeah. So, and you're also talking to other makers there. There's somebody else cooking and you start, talking to them about what you're doing and, you start to have conversations and get ideas from other people that are there. We get samples all the time while we're having meetings or whatever. So that starts a conversation in the group that we're talking about. What's that food? Where is it from? What are they doing? So there's lots of that goes on in that space too. I'm a big believer in, being in the same room, and I think, I think Carl and some other of our partners that are here, I think agree with the same, being in the same room like we are here and talking in person with lots of different people, I think is like what really provides a lot of value, I think, to our entrepreneurs. And I think sometimes you have to hear the same thing 3 or 4 times from somebody or from somebody different before it actually sets in with you, right? And like that's what I think some of the gold is with like meeting with like larger groups like this, or like having that one hub with all those things underneath one roof. Lots of conversations happen. The city of Kalamazoo is sharing an office there. The Small Business Support Center on campus at Western is sharing an office there, SCORE. So there's other people in the building. We have some other businesses and organizations that are going to be renting out the office this summer to try to provide some extra resources and assistance to some of our producers and people that we're working with. So yeah, it's exciting over there. We have parking.
Okay.
Which is great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Great. Thank you so much.